Our topic for today is how to purchase a cemetery spot. In this area of the country, in Middle Tennessee, there are a lot of community cemeteries or country cemeteries that are either owned just as a community cemetery or maybe owned by a church property. In those situations, the purchasing would many times just equate to providing a donation or something to those community cemeteries. Aside from that, there are a lot of private owned cemeteries or commercially owned and bought pieces of property that have been turned into a cemetery. Should you choose to select one of those spots for your grave space, you need to contact the owner or the office of the cemetery, and they will talk to you and set you down and discuss the different price ranges for the cemetery spaces. And when I say price ranges, depending on the spot in the cemetery, whether the cemetery is that section is almost full, or depending on what the nativity scenes are or the different areas of the cemetery, they are priced a little bit differently. The cemetery then will show you the spots of, do you want to buy one space or are you wanting to buy two spaces? Some cemeteries bury at one person per grave. Some cemeteries bury two persons per grave, meaning two deep. Digging the hole, the first person to die would go in the bottom of the hole, and then once the next person dies down the road, there would be the grave would be opened again, and the second person would be placed on top. All of that depends on the cemetery. Most of the cemeteries in our area of Middle Tennessee only bury one grave deep rather than two graves deep. Then you would need to decide, are there other family members that you might need a grave space somewhere down the road or in the future that you would need 3 or 4 or 5 grave spaces. So those are the decisions you would need to make. And then once you do that, the cemetery will probably talk to you about, would you like to have a grave marker or some type stone or marker in the cemetery that would mark that grave space for future reference for someone coming back to visit the cemetery. So those are the things you have to look at whenever you're thinking about purchasing a cemetery space. Where do I want to be buried? Who owns that cemetery? Is it a private owned or is it a country, community, or church yard cemetery? And then talk to someone there in the office and they'll give you the information and the price range and let you know, here are the spaces that are available and here's what they cost.